surrounded by animals. Can you see this? I feel like Snow White.
Yeah.
This is a recent development, this whole couch, this whole everything. But
Yeah.
it's funny because they gather around me,
Mm-hmm.
especially Oscar. He doesn't want to be alone in these hard times.
What's the cat's name?
Margot.
Margot?
Margot,
Cool.
the kitty cat. The angel, that is Margot.
She's got very pretty green eyes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, someone once described her as royal.
Yeah.
Royal.
She does seem like royalty.
Royalty. And I feel like that's one of the best compliments you can give anything. A homeless man once called me Mr. Hollywood.
Damn.
And I'll never forget that.
Yeah.
I was wearing sunglasses and a hat, and I was walking with my mom, and I must have looked like Mr. Hollywood. 'Cause that's what he said. Hey, Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
Where was that? Where was it, Chicago?
downtown. It was actually
Downtown.
right next to the Cloudgate, the Bean. It was like right there. I mean, I was Mr. Hollywood. Like, sometimes you just got to call somebody royalty. You got to say, you look royal right now.
Yeah.
You look rich right now. Those compliments mean more than you think. It's actually a really good compliment.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize it until someone called her royalty.
Right.
You know, one thing it reminds me, my full name, people say, what's your name? And I'll tell them sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you right now. Wyatt Lee Chipman. I tell them my full name because I think someone has told me it sounds presidential. It sounds like I'm going to lead you to war.
Right. Like
General
a general.
Wyatt Lee Chipman.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
You have an old name, old guy name.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I used to not like it until I realized that. Like, you know, I used to be like, I don't know, it doesn't really work until I heard that. Like, I think I got to go with the whole thing. Like, maybe if I become a solo male artist and I start doing folk music.
Yeah.
Wyatt Lee Chipman.
Well, my full name is Muhammad Haikal.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That's I don't go by Muhammad because
That reminds me of Superbad.
Yeah,
It was either that or Muhammad.
Yeah, or McLovin.
Yeah.
But it's weird if I go by Muhammad because like people are gonna go, oh, you know, I do like a joke that's like fucked up on stage, like a sex joke, and they're gonna, oh, yeah, give it up for Muhammad. It's like it's gonna be funny. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna...
and I feel like it's just not it's a common name, right? Like it's just not as memorable because it's a common name.
And
so
in Malaysia, where I'm from, that's like the common pattern for like boys is like Muhammad and then your actual name. So like Haiko is my actual name.
Oh, I see. It's a naming.
Yeah.
It's like the
so
system.
that's why it's the most like common name. Not every Muslim country, but like a lot of the Asian Muslim countries do that.
That makes sense.
And there's a shit ton of people in Asia.
Yeah. Okay. It'd be like if there was like if my name was Ruse-san or something like that, and then everybody was like you Haikal-san.
Yeah,
you know. But there it's the end. It's the same kind of thing where you just attach things to the name.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
It's not like an attached thing. It's just like a name that like because you know parents are like if I give him the name of like a great person, he'll be a great person. This kid.
Yeah.
But you gotta like parent the kid to be a great person. You can just give him a name and then expect him to be good.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the idea of just giving my kid the same name as me. Like people do that like Wyatt Lee Chipman Jr. I don't like that. Wyatt Lee Chipman the second.
Yeah. Or like you ever meet a fifth?
Yeah, that's
it's
not.
like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
there's no like
that's
originality
some king
in your
shit right
thing.
there. We're not kings.
Yeah.
At a certain point, just change the name.
Right.
Yeah, because I mean the fifth. I mean, I don't. Good thing I've never met like the 10th, right? I don't think I've ever seen
it. Just tapers
go
off after like the 5th. You don't never really.
There's got to be some socially like something going on there, some social rule where we just know better.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gotten to the 10th, right?
Well, I never wanted like a number in my name. That's weird.
I don't want a number. In my name.
Yeah, name's supposed to be like a name.
Well, I don't like this whole thing with even like. Okay, so like what did Elon Musk name his kid? Like I don't understand this crazy naming thing. Like you gotta with naming.
Yeah,
it's a sacred thing. You gotta be very careful with names. You gotta be so careful because like you're stuck with that shit. Like I remember growing up and there was someone in my family, my aunt's, my aunt's friend or something, and they had named a kid Tarzan Superfly. And I just think, what would that kid's life be like?
He's probably dead in a ditch somewhere after getting bullied.
Tarzan Superfly.
His last name is Superfly? Or just like
that's what they made his name. They named him Tarzan Superfly. Like he didn't add, like, as in they gave him a first and last name, Not like Tarzan Superfly Jones. No.
Right. Yeah.
It either goes one of two ways.
Yeah.
Like he's bullied and he ends up in the ditch, or he's the coolest guy ever and it's sick and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yo, you know that guy? His name's Tarzan.
He's probably dead. Yeah.
He's probably dead. Because I mean, it's not a good name.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if my name is E256, how's that gonna go?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess E2 is like, what up, E? That's kind of like
what up, E?
a thing to it. Yeah, people just call it E.
Yeah,
E's
but like
cool.
you gotta have your full name said sometimes.
Right, at like the DMV.
When you're getting yelled at by your parents.
Yeah.
E256. Oh shit, they said the full name.
Yeah, clean your room, E256.
They usually just call me E2 or E.
Yeah,
shit. Yeah, I those names are bad. Any name with the number is bad, and I think we can all agree on that. I don't even think that that's controversial, right? Can we all just agree? Stop putting numbers in names. No more. And I would go as far to say, no more seconds, no more thirds,
right? Just
no more juniors.
Just a new fucking name.
New name. Like let's never do that again.
Right.
Let's just nip that in the bud right now.
Or if you want, like, because when people name their kids after them, they want their legacy to continue. Mm-hmm. But just name your kid something else.
Yeah.
And then if you're a good parent, the kid will name their kid after you. So, but you don't have the James II or whatever. It's just,
you can't. Yeah. There's we have an exception to the rule, but you have to get your kid to do it.
Right.
So basically, it's allowed.
Yeah.
But only if the kid does it in like 50 years or so.
Because like naming your kid after you, that's like the most narcissistic, egotistical thing. Like, I'm gonna name him after someone who, is the best.
And you know what? It's confusing because what about Martin Luther King Sr.? Okay,
ooh,
that's confusing. He gets no credit.
Yeah, but everyone knows the junior.
Exactly.
But here's the thing. I think he knew that his son was gonna be like a success or whatever, or like a big figure. So he was like, "Let me get my name in there." So everyone just
still
says
to
like,
your point though, it's like the ego.
Yeah, everyone's like, MLK is the best, and the dad's like, "Oh, thanks, man." And then I met your son.
You know that's my name too, right? You know it's also me.
Look, dude, I'm telling you, MLK Senior probably used that like name to get pussy.
Oh yeah,
because people
come on.
Yeah, because
if you were the senior of any, I'm trying to think of another famous junior because there's got. I mean, is it Buddy Guy Junior? No, that's not a junior. Is that right? Is it Junior at the end, or am I just mixing things up?
Is that a name, Buddy Guy?
Buddy Guy, but is it Buddy Guy Junior, or am I just making that up? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm fabricating that. Let me see if that's true. Buddy Guy, I don't think it's Buddy Guy Junior. I think the Junior, that part I made up. There's Buddy Guy and Junior Wells. They work together, but that's not it. Famous juniors. Let's see if I can get anything.
But if my name is Buddy Guy, I wouldn't name my kid Buddy Guy. I would stop it right there.
There you go. Robert Downey Sr. But
Junior, yeah.
Yeah, Robert Downey Sr. I don't even know what he looks like. Cuba Gooding Jr. There you go. Cuba Gooding Sr. This one I didn't even know. Marlon Brando Jr.
Ooh, but he goes by Marlon Brando.
Yeah, you know what? Because he was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm Marlon Brando, bitch. He didn't want
Marlon
the junior.
Brando,
He cut the junior right off.
Right.
See, that's the power move. If you're a junior, just cut it off.
But then like Marlon Brando did all the work, and then his dad, Marlon Brando,
gets credit.
Yeah, that's the name, yeah.
But honestly, that's better. Because the junior just, it almost like, I mean, it only works for a few people. It's a weird thing. Because like Robert Downey Jr., it weirdly works.
Yeah,
like
it's just part of his name. It's just like...
It's got a ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Cuba Gooding Jr., I would say that works.
Yeah.
But Marlon Brando Jr.?
That's too much.
It just doesn't even... I can totally see why...
Yeah.
Martin Luther King, I feel like people know he's a junior...
But it's just kind of...
but it's just kind of like a little thing at the end. Like, people know that. So that one you can cut off. That one you can cut off. He could have just been
there's
Martin Luther King.
already like 3 things in his name. Martin Luther King. There's 3. So like, dropping the junior probably makes it more efficient.
Yes, exactly. It's already too much. It's already a trifecta. Like now we're doing 4. Come on. How about... Yeah. You gotta stick that bad boy back in there. This is why I warned you earlier, because now you're going to have to angle it just right. You're going to have to... Here we go. See that? See where that bends right there?
Uh-huh.
Yep. Now bend it.
Gotcha.
There you go. Yeah, you're a pro.
We'll be right back.
Snoop Dogg. Fucking Snoop Dogg is a junior. Yeah. His real name is Calvin Cortazar Brodus Jr.
Whoa.
Now,
That's a long
I
name.
think he should have went with that.
Nah, I think it's a bit less catchy than Snoop Dogg.
Da-na-na-na-na. It's the motherfucking Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na.
That's what sometimes I think like names they kind of like dictate your success.
Oh, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. That's
Yeah.
another big one. I almost forgot him. But yeah, they do dictate your success.
Like, why do you go by your Ruse? Is that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think that so there's the true story and then there's like the explanation. The true story is that I was professionally wrestling with my friends. So we had like a mattress and we would do like, RKOs out of nowhere under the mattress, and I would come up with characters and stuff like this. And so one of the characters, I think originally it was like Maverick was my original thing.
Yeah.
And then it was Ruse because my entrance theme was the song Ruse by Chevelle, the band Chevelle.
Gotcha.
And then I would like cut promos surrounding that idea. And again, cutting promos meaning like just talking to my friend in the bedroom before we fight.
Yeah.
Like there's no, you can find, folks, if you type in, I think like Internet Wrestling Championship or IWE. Like we did make about 5 episodes for the internet. It's terrible.
Damn. How young were you?
It's like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that would be Ruse. That'd be the origins of Ruse. And then when I first started like releasing music, I was with my friend Trevor because it was his idea. He was like, "Oh, we should be in a rap group together," and it was the worst rap group name ever because he was thinking like, "Oh, it's gonna be like Bad Meets Evil." And I take no credit for this name. It's his idea. He said it's going to be like Bad Meets Evil because that was popular at the time. That's Eminem and Royce da 5'9". So we're a rap group, and our name is Statutory Evil. Because also at the time, Forever, the song Forever by Drake came out. And in that song, Kanye West says, "Rape the game young, you can call it statutory." And for some reason, my friend just thought that was genius. And so he thought Statutory Evil was just the best name. It's one of the worst names I've ever heard, for the record. It's like, if I would have stuck with that.
Right.
It's so astronomically bad.
Yeah.
Because, like, I think I was evil, he was statutory. I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Right.
And then he rapped for, like, 2 weeks, and then he stopped being a rapper. So then I was like, okay, I guess I'm Statutory Evil now.
Yeah.
And then I had to change my name within, like, I don't know, a year or 2 years. Within a little short span of time, I realized, okay, take the wrestling name, turn it into the rap name. Bing, bam, boom. It's been history ever since. But the way I would explain it is that, like, the deeper meaning of Ruse to me is that everything is a ruse and nothing is exactly as it seems.
Whoa.
And that's the reality that you're in at all times. And, like, I like to think about it like, if you think about it that way, you're closer to actual reality. It's like what Buddhism would say, in that you learn to separate things and distinguish things from one another, and that is a survival mechanism, right? So I'm defining myself based on who I am and my surroundings, and I'm constantly evaluating everything as a survival mechanism, and it's only natural that I do that. But that's not reality. That's just what I do. And the reality would be actually something that's like what they're talking about. They're talking about approaching Zen and finding that. It's like actually being in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that doing that is addressing that everything is a ruse and understanding that nothing is quite as it seems and everything is truly independent, but we learn to define it based on not thinking of it as independent and comparing it to everything else.
Right.
And that in the end is like dehumanizing it and taking the soul out of it. And I think like you get closer to humanity and reality by understanding how separate everything, like how individual and special everything truly is, you know? And so that's how I would explain it. And also, like, you know, everything is kind of role play in that way. And everybody's like kind of, it's almost like a stage act or like theater where you're always playing a role and everything's a ruse in that sense, you know? Like, I'm a rapper, but I do a podcast, but also I do this, but also I do that. And everything's a role that you play. It's all different aspects of what you truly are. And what you truly are is more than all of those things. So,
I think you give more thought to your name than my parents did to me.
That's why I mean, this whole thing is about, that's how I started with names are sacred.
Right.
Names are sacred. They're important because they mean so much if you put thought into them, I think. Yeah. And like you said, they change that things.
Yeah.
They define things. Like things change because of their name.
Yeah.
Like if your name's Gary,
you're gonna be
you might be fucked.
boring ass piece of shit. Yeah.
I've never met a cool Gary ever.
Yeah.
That's like one of the worst.
That's
names.
that's the lamest name is Gary.
Poor guys.
Yeah.
My mom dated a Gary. It was awkward.
Oh yikes.
He walked around the house naked once on coke. That's a true story.
Yeah.
That was Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary, Indiana lives up to the name.
Right. Yeah.
It's literally like Gary's represented.
Yeah. It's horrible, Gary, Indiana. Yeah.
Worst name. But anyway, yeah. I mean, so that's. How do you feel about your name? Do you think like your name defines you in any way?
Yeah, a bit. I mean, because Haiko is not like a manly name or it's just like a. People have even like said it's kind of like a what do you call it? Like a unisexual name. Like it can just be both. You know what I mean? In America, but
I'm trying to think of how it sounds to me because it sounds to me it sounds like it sounds innocent or it sounds playful. It sounds like a playful name, like Haiko. It sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds
almost.
Yeah.
Like whereas like it's not like a John or like a tight name.
Those
like
are very formal.
name.
Yeah. Haiko's like. But one thing I like about my name is it's very unique, at least in America. Like I can just go by. I just go by Haiko on stage. I don't need like a last name or whatever. Because my last name is like, I guess my dad's name, and that's like hard to pronounce for most people.
Yeah.
So. It's just Haikal.
It's just Haikal.
Yeah.
Haikal. Oh, can you say that 10 times fast? Haikal.
Yeah, my name.
I don't even know if it's possible. Haikal.
Yeah.
It's like you're about to cough.
Yeah. Or like my dad calling me from the bottom of the stairs.
I'm really trying.
Yeah.
Haikal.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Haikal.
It sounds like you're just trying to summon the fucking loser brown guy. And it's working.
He's arrived. Yeah. I mean, how long have you done comedy for? You did comedy before you moved here then?
Yeah, I moved to Chicago like 9 months ago now, right? And I started comedy in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, I did my undergrad at Ohio State, so that's where I started comedy.
And how long did you do there for?
I was there for like 4 years.
Oh, okay.
But then I've been doing comedy for like 3 years now.
Okay.
So I think 2 years there and then almost a year here.
And what's the difference between like crowds in Ohio and Chicago?
Oh yeah, crowds in. I think crowds in Columbus, they just like. Honestly, there's like not much difference because Columbus is a very. It's not like a city like Chicago.
Yeah.
But the crowds are similar in that. As long as like you're funny, it's like it's whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like they're not like overly sensitive. They're not overly like. They don't like lean one right.
And it's
much.
not like more. It's not more rural either. It's about the same. Like
yeah, because. Like the places I performed at were in the city for like both Columbus and Chicago, so like you kind of expect your city crowds to like do. Yeah, I've never really done like a suburban spot or like, but I've heard like those crowds are great though.
Oh well, anything. I mean, it's just always different, you know.
Yeah.
There's really, I mean, a suburban crowd or like if you were to go to like a rural the south,
crowd. Yeah,
like a rural crowd. Yeah, it's just gonna be fundamentally different.
Right.
Yeah.
But I heard those crowds are great. Like,
they're great. Well, no, every crowd is great. Yeah. I think every crowd is great. It's just you have to play along, I suppose. It's just funny. Like I heard Shane Gillis tell a story about, because he does like a bit about how, you maybe seen it, about how like his dad is like I think his dad's a Republican and like growing up to be that or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the bit is kind of like that, but his dad's the butt of the joke and he's not identifying with him, right? But if he does it in front of a rural crowd, he'll start to talk about that stuff and they'll start
yeah
and it's kind of like harder for him because now he's got to like find a way to make it. Like they're laughing at
themselves.
And they're almost missing the point of what's funny about it to him.
Right.
So that's a tough one, right? It's like, how do you adapt the material for that? But I think it's always possible. Like I think it's one of those things where it's always possible. You just have to find some Jedi mind trick to do it.
Yeah.
And I really think like with comedy, it proves it. Like you can say almost anything.
Yeah.
Really, probably anything. Literally anything. You just have to find a way to Jedi mind trick it into making sense.
Yeah, that's the trick of it, just writing.
That's the whole, and that's what's fun about it.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, that's how you can get away with that. Oh, and it's like, I think people get that wrong all the time because they just try to get away with things and there's not a real good idea.
Right.
They're just trying to come up with, well, I just want to say the offensive thing.
Yeah, that's
boring. It's like, how do you, it's bigger than that, you know?
Right.
It's like, if you're gonna say that, there has to be a whole complicated. It's like the name thing we were talking about before. It's got to have an actual, genuine, inspired thought.
Yeah, there has to be a joke. You can't just say it. You can't just.
And that goes for you go anywhere and you do anything. Like I think it's just, and I think that's kind of like something you'll see where I think there's jokes that work in a city that won't work in those other places because you're playing to the city. And I'm not even just talking about like I'll see this a lot because I think of it like I'm from Swartz Creek, Michigan, and then Flint, Michigan, and then here. So it's like I just feel like people who are used to a city environment or they grew up around here, they almost forget or they don't know how people are outside of here.
Right.
And I'll watch like people at open mics or even at comedy shows and I'll think, oh, that's getting a laugh in here. But if you took that anywhere else, you said it the exact same way, that would not work. That would probably turn the room against you. But it's because, and I think what happens is people want to make a statement and people want to be like, they want to play to the politics of the area. And I think the best comics, you look at like the best of all time, usually they're saying what's funny about an idea. They're not picking a side and they're not playing to the side. They're just saying what they think is funny about the topic. And that's and that would work anywhere. You could take that to either side of the political aisle and they'll still laugh because you're just saying what's funny about it.
Right.
But I think like that's the masterful Jedi mind trick move. The easier thing to do is to just pick a side and say, oh, that asshole, this guy, well, fuck that guy, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And maybe this room's with you, maybe people are with you, but naturally you're going to alienate people who might have been with you later. You don't even realize how much that happens. And that's something I feel like, unless you travel, unless you go to all these places, it gets so hard to see that because I think people get stuck.
Right.
It's hard not to. You're in an area.
Well, sometimes like picking a side is like, it can be funny. Like Bill Burr does that. It can be insane, like a lot. And sometimes he picks,
you gotta pick it hard.
Yeah,
Bill Burr does that well.
The magic of Bill Burr is like he picks the wrong side. And we're all like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah,
like his joke about like like women like something about like. I think the bit was like believe all women, like really all of them.
Yeah.
And like the general instinct for like most people is like, no, we gotta believe all women. But then he's like, no, hear me out. And then he gives off like, and he gives us like his reasons and his personal experiences and then like all that stuff. But that's like the masterfulness of it is he's. Yeah, and he's a good choice. He's like starting losing the argument or like losing people's like faith, but he's building that back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and that's I've noticed that this is, I call it the Tate method, because I think this is Andrew Tate's entire career, is you start by saying something outrageous, and then you just justify it. That's kind of his whole thing. If you pay attention, that's his whole thing. So it's like he'll just say, women can't drive. And then you'll be like, huh? And he'll be like, well, if you look at the statistics in the 60s, they did a study. All right. You just start going in. You're like, what are you talking
like,
about?
This makes sense, dude.
But if you, and it's because he'll start with the most outrageous thing he can think of, and then he'll try to justify it. And so I think it's like, and I think with Bill Burr, it's such a great example because he does that with a lot of things. And I think he used to do it more than he even does now. Like he used to go really hard on that. And I'm trying to think of like just a random thing because he would say like, they asked me at the store, paper. I cannot do Bill Burr. I'm just doing New York. They asked me at the store, paper or plastic. Like I'm thinking, who the fuck needs a bag anymore? Who needs a bag? I'll just carry my fucking groceries. I'll just carry all of them. Matter of fact, I would rather stack them 10-2 like this than ever carry a bag again. Could we just ban plastic and paper bags? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And then he would just go on a 10-minute rant about paper and plastic and how they asked for paper and plastic. How about neither? And you pick your stance and then you rant. Tim Dillon's really good at that too. You got to take a stance. See, I'm not good at. If I'm ranting, I can rant, but I can't just rant about anything. And that's when I need to get better at.
You have to like believe in it.
Yeah, like they could rant about anything. They could rant about ice cream. They could rant about. They could rant about dog shit they stepped in that morning. And make it a great 10-minute rant. I can't do that. That's a skill.
Yeah, and then they make it relatable. They're like, oh wait, I've had those experiences.
It's the rant in particular. It's the rant that, it's like I think only a few comics can really Like, even just that type of energy. I mean, there's like Sam Kinison with the yelling. I think that's it. That's like only he can do that. Like, I think it's hard to be that. Like, Bill Burr, and again, Bill Burr, he used to be even hard. Like, I mean, everybody knows the Philadelphia rant.
Oh yeah, that's fucking.
But that was like his energy at that time.
Yeah.
He was his whole energy at the time. He was like an overcharged fucking. Right. He was like the guy from Inside Out, the angry,
the red guy.
His anger from Inside Out. That was
hilarious.
Bill Burr from 2002 to 2006.
Yeah, well, he was watching like his friends, like, you know, some of his friends like bombed before that, and they were booing like what was his name? I forgot. By one of the comedy legends, you know,
and the whole thing was going bad.
It was just horrible, and then
they weren't even paying attention.
Yeah, he would just go up there, do his normal material, and he's like, well, and then when you do your normal material and like literally, like, it's not working, right?
Yeah,
and it hasn't been working for the previous like 6 comics or whatever. Like, it's crazy to just keep doing material. You just gotta like fucking address the crowd or whatever. And he addressed the crowd by just brutally just shit talking them, and that's like the best thing in the world. It's just one guy going against a sea of people that are like supposed to like, they're supposed to like you. That's the entire art form. They're supposed to like you and laugh with you.
Yeah.
But like just going against all of them, that's fucking just hilarious.
With breaking the rules. And what's funny about it is he doesn't even like to watch it now. Like, when people show it to him now, he doesn't even
I'd
want to
imagine,
see
because
it.
it probably reminds him of like when he was younger and angrier and all that. But it's a legendary clip.
I didn't even think he liked it right afterwards, because I think it made him feel gross, like the whole thing. I think it was like he didn't even want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's just funny because everyone else is looking at that going, oh my God,
brave.
dude,
That's
you killed.
fucking, yeah.
That was amazing. You beat the impossible odds.
Right.
And he's like, I didn't even want to yell at those people.
I think he got more reactions and more laughs from the rant, from like, you know, from attacking them than like the actual material.
Yeah. Well, from the reaction. Like, and from the reaction, like, online afterwards. Like, he didn't think that was going well when it was happening.
Right, yeah.
He was thinking how much more, like, one of the funniest parts about it is he's counting down the time.
Yeah. 11 minutes left. 10 minutes. And I'm still selling my CDs after. That's such a hilarious like addition. His funniest line of that is like,
that's one of the first, like, my favorite, probably one of the best stand-up clips you could probably find. Right. And I think it's audio only. I don't even think there's a video.
There's like a video of it.
There is a video.
Yeah. And you can just see him like fucking moving around, holding the mic stand and shit. And then he's like, one of the funniest motions in that thing is like, I wish I could hurl this fucking mic stand and hit like a kid who might have gotten like a degree in this fucking town. And you just see like his movements and all that, and he's just like so angry.
See, and the other part is genius about it. He's roasting the entire town of Philadelphia.
It's hilarious, yeah.
Like the entire city. He's not just roasting a person. He's roasting the entire city.
He's going after the sports. Like the best line in that is like, you know, you have a fucking statue of a Rocky Balboa. He's a fictional character. He doesn't exist. Such a good like line. And then he's just like very raw.
And of course they boo even harder.
Yeah. Well, they booed the hardest when he made fun of their sports team.
You know, it's funny because in wrestling, that's like the easy way. It's cheap heat when you go after the sports teams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like that's just any crowd is gonna boo that. I mean,
right.
It's like inside baseball for the town. So you say, if it's like, I think one of the best lines that CM Punk ever said to John Cena is like, "Oh, John Cena, you're trying to convince everybody you're the I'm so bad with teams. I don't even know the names. Let me look up the quote just because I want to get it right, because I'm gonna sound like an idiot if I get it wrong. And it'll only take a second, folks. It'll only take a second. Here we go. I already found it. Don't worry. Everybody, hold your horses. Here it is. The New York Yankees connection between CM Punk and John Cena stems from da-da-da-da-da. So what's the quote? Where's the quote? You're the New York... He said he's the New York Yankees. God damn it. And I just went back. Fucking Google. All right. Well, John Cena, CM Punk, you are what you hate. Here it is. You are what you hate. I'm just going to play it.
But when you stand here and tell me that I've lost sight, when you, the 10-time champion who stands for hustle, loyalty, and respect, who from Boston, Massachusetts, lives and breathes these red colors, the same colors as your beloved Red Sox, who also portray themselves as the underdog. I'm sure just like the Bruins portray themselves as the underdog, just like the Patriots think they're the underdog. Hey, how about those Celtics? Are they the underdogs too? Here's what you lost sight of, John, and I'm really happy that your father and your wife are sitting in the front row so they can hear it.
That's the last time I'm going to tell you. Ease up.
What you've lost sight of is what you are. And what you are is what you hate. You're the 10-time WWE champion. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, the champ is here. You, like the Red Sox, like Boston, are no longer the underdog. You're a dynasty. You are what you hate. You have become the New York Yankees.
Damn.
And then he punches him. And then he punches him in the crowd. Oh!
That's hilarious, yeah.
And I didn't realize he really goes in on the sports teams.
That's funny, yeah.
And he basically, because it's a great one because to me it's like, it just works no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's because John Cena has this connection with the Red Sox. So he's saying, oh, you think you're the Red Sox? Bitch, you ain't the Red Sox. You sold out, bitch. You're the Yankees.
His final roast is just like,
and it gets John Cena right where it hurts. I remember when I first saw that, and I was thinking, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, but then once you start knowing the sports, it's like, yeah.
And it's a sick burn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sick burn. And it always works when you do stuff like that because I think it's just like it's kind of like in comedy. There's just a general audience knowledge. Like the audience knows so much, and it's just, you know, it's figuring out what you can say, what you can't say to push their buttons. And sports teams, audiences generally know sports teams, especially at a sporting event. You can always bring up a different sports team. You bring up Michael Jordan. People know who Michael Jordan is.
Yeah,
stuff like that. True. You know. But yeah. I mean, like wrestling promos have always been a funny thing to me, just because it's all about riding the line between reality and fiction and making it. I mean, it's that Ruse thing I was talking about, because I think it actually exemplifies that in this weird way, right? It's like we all know wrestling's not real, but you still watch it and you still can engage with it and feel it and believe in it if it gets you to believe in it. Just like a movie, just like anything. You can believe in things even though you know they're not real.
Right. Yeah. It's just entertainment at that point.
Yeah.
And I used to watch wrestling when I was a kid, not so much anymore.
Yeah.
The best parts of it were like the stunts were like they're not like they're like real, but they're not like harming them for real, you know what I mean?
Some of them are 50-50. I mean, like it just depends. It's coordinated is the best thing you say. It's like coordinated, but even then a lot of it's improv, a lot of it's like them calling the spots. So it'll be like, you know, I have you at a headlock, and then I'm going to say to you, like, all right, and throw you over there. And then a lot of it's stuff like that. John Cena's notorious for calling spots really loud. Like, you can literally see him on the camera saying what they're going to do next. But that's a lot of it. And then
they're all probably friends behind the ring. They're all just like...
It goes 50-50.
Really?
Again, because it's like, that's part of it, is the playing between fiction and reality. Is sometimes these guys really don't like each other. And so when you see these disagreements, sometimes it is based on a reality. Yeah. And sometimes it's not. Like with CM Punk and Triple H, a lot of that was real. Because CM Punk didn't like Triple H for a long time.
Right.
And he was actually right about Triple H. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like in 2011, 2012, there's this big moment where CM Punk has the pipe bomb promo. Right. And he comes out and he talks about how Triple H is going to take over the company from Vince McMahon, and the company's going to shit. And he forecasts a lot of things that were going to happen in the future. And it's one of those things was Triple H taking over the company, and the company never really changing. And that's where we're at right now, like 15 years after that promo. Really? Is now it's Triple H who owns the company. It's Triple H, The Rock, and then another guy. And it's like TKO, the company who owns UFC, now owns WWE. It's weird because... I'm not happy, because what's happening is the ticket prices are like 5 times what they used to be, 3 times what they used to be. Like when they come to Chicago, the cheap seats are gonna be like $300, $200 to $300 for cheap seats. And so they priced out the people. And when did you watch? Like, what was the time that you remember?
I was like, it was when like my favorite guy was Daniel Bryan.
Oh, okay.
It was when him.
So you watched around the same time as me then?
Yeah, he was like fighting the 3 like evil looking guys. Bray Wyatt and the guy with the long beard, and then
So this is
They got a
when
little
they
scary.
were, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And there was the storyline where it was like, is Daniel Bryan gonna join Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
That was the storyline at the time.
They were like fighting him, and then they were trying to make him join him.
Yeah,
and that was like fucking sick because he was like just dragging his hair up, just like.
Bray Wyatt was fucking awesome.
Oh, dude, he was such a good like.
He had passed away.
Presence.
Actually,
really?
not that long ago.
Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
it's such a shame because he was starting to. I mean, his whole character, the whole Bray Wyatt character. What I love about that is that it's almost like a modern Undertaker, and you need you need like a mythical, like mystical,
this evil guy
presence.
Yeah.
Like for something about that in wrestling is really fun,
Right.
And since the Undertaker, in like the early 2000s, there really hasn't been a good like
Dark.
it's where it's like. We all know this guy's not really, he doesn't have superpowers or anything like that, but you almost want to believe it. Like with The Undertaker, you want to believe that guy's fucking The Undertaker.
Right.
Just something about him is so cool.
Yeah.
You actually want to believe that he has these magical powers they're telling you he has.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same thing with Bray Wyatt, where he was so good at cutting promos and creating this world and like the whole thing he was doing. And then it turned into The Fiend, and that was like he would put on a mask and he would be like a different character, and he had this thing where he would like spider crawl backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got to check it out because that was really cool. And right around 2020 when they did like the pandemic stuff and there was no audience, The Fiend and John Cena had a match at WrestleMania, and it was like not even a match. It was like it was called like the Firefly Funhouse match, and it was more like a movie that like for 10 to 15 minutes because they didn't have an audience, so they could do all this different shit. And it's because it's Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt was so creative. Like the whole thing's his idea. That's the only reason I recommend something like that, because he was a genius and he was able to come up with ways to do new stuff with wrestling. And that's what wrestling is. It's imagination and creating a story and making something up out of nothing. And his whole thing with Daniel Bryan is like, join the what was it called? The Wyatt Foundation, because the Wyatt 6 was the Wyatt family. That's
Wyatt
what it
family,
was. Join the Wyatt family. And he had the rocking chair and the lantern.
Yeah, dude, that was that's such a sick like this image of him.
When he would enter, the lights would turn off and everybody would have their phones on like fireflies.
Yeah.
Because you'd have the flashlight on like a firefly, and that was the idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so
dude.
sick.
Oh, he was the best.
Yeah.
And that's the type of stuff that I love the most, is stuff like that. Like that's the stuff where I'm like, okay, that's what's cool about wrestling. Like that's what's cool about it. If I was trying to show somebody what I think is cool. Yeah. Because I mean the athleticism's super cool.
But the storytelling
is like something you can't do that anywhere
and
else.
the character work of just like you're enticing the whole crowd.
The character work.
Yeah. To like either like you or hate you. But like getting everyone to think the same thing like intensely.
Yeah.
That's such a talent.
What's interesting about that psychology, the psychology of that is I think everybody secretly wants to be the bad guy. And I think that
it's fun being the bad guy.
Easier.
It's fucking fun, yeah.
It's harder to get the crowd to like you.
Right.
It's harder to be the good guy and do the right things and be the goody two shoes, cool good guy. It's easier to be the bad guy, the evil, conniving asshole.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you're known as a good guy and then you do one bad thing, everyone's like, "Yo, you're a bad person." Actually, you just pretend to be good. But if you're a bad guy and then you do one good thing, people are like, "Oh, he's actually a good guy." Like,
I think if you're a bad guy and you do one good thing, they'll just be like, "Meh."
No. Like some people, like you see that a lot in like media. It's just like the villain turns like he turns a new leaf. You
Like
know what
the
I mean?
Grinch.
Yeah, he just like does one good thing, and like you kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
But he did all this horrible shit. But he did one good thing, and it's like, oh, he's changing because like it only goes up. You start from like the worst.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get somebody to do it. I don't know who. They have to be down. They have to be willing.
Yeah.
And be like, listen, what I need you to do is every bad thing you can imagine. Say every slur. Put every single thing on. We're gonna go inside a coffee shop. You're gonna cause chaos.
Yeah.
Just be as offensive as you can.
Right.
And at the end, you're gonna help an old lady cross the street. We're gonna call it one good thing.
Right.
It's a sketch.
see how everyone like, reacts to it. Yeah.
Because really what I think is funny about that is tricking my friend into doing all this offensive stuff on camera.
Yeah.
But the other part that's fun about it, and it has to be somebody who would be, it can't be somebody who would already just do it.
Right.
It has to be somebody who I have to like trick into doing it. Like somebody who normally would have like a cleaner look. I have to be like, listen, it's It's art.
It'd be funny if like the entire like
I bust out my Nazi outfit from the closet. I'm like, put it on.
You gotta do it. But then you promise him like, well, you'll do a good thing at the end, and then everyone will think you're a good guy. But the prank is that you never bring the good thing.
Cut that part out.
Oh, no, you don't even do it. Yeah, you don't even do it. You just let people think he's an asshole.
Wait for part 2. And then never release it.
He's a good guy,
That's the way I could lie to him.
Right.
I'd say, no, part 2's coming. I'm editing it.
Yeah.
Just lie to him. Say it's coming. That's a really funny idea. That would be bullying. I say I can't do that because that would be bullying. That would not be nice, but it would be funny.
Yeah.
Maybe I would do that just for myself. Maybe I would just keep the footage for myself. And then maybe then...
No, but if the guy's like, he's your friend or something, that's generally a funny idea. We're just like, you promise someone like, you'll do a good thing at the end, and then you're like,
it's just him slapping people.
Yeah, that's just a smash
calling them names.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everybody look.
Yeah, you just have a slur count of every time he slurs.
Slur counter.
Yeah.
In the bottom. That's good. I see. Okay. I'm just... Do you have any ideas for people? I think like I'm already thinking James Najjar maybe. I'm thinking I could get James.
People?
I think I could get James to do this.
Yeah, get him. Yeah.
I think I could get James to do this. I don't even think it would take much convincing. I think James would be chomping at the bit for an opportunity like this.
He would do it. Just pay him more than his airport gig, and then he'll do it.
Right.
No, he's awesome. He's really funny.
Cool dude, James is the best.
Have you had him on this podcast?
Yes, James has been on 3 times.
Whoa, okay.
I want to say 3 times, and we're waiting for the 4th, but that guy's so busy now. He's got his, like you said, his airport job.
Yeah.
That guy's he's always doing
he's
something.
like traveling for comedy as well.
He's always doing something.
Yeah, it was like an amazing thing.
I mean, he's one of the first people I met in the comedy scene, whatever. Like he's one of the very first people I met. Literally, like I mean, I was on stage. I got off stage like the first time I went to an open mic, anything, and he asked me to film a sketch with him like right away.
Yeah.
Because he saw. He realized I was the rap guy and I could do the sketch he's been waiting to do.
Right.
And it was like he asked me to be the guy that freestyles everything. So it's like, oh, hey, man, I think we should go to the store. Oh, yeah, man, life's been such a bore. I think you're right. Yeah, we should go to the store. Matter of fact, yo, it's so demanding. I'm so hungry. I think I'm going to go get some candy. And then like he's like supposed to awkwardly react to that.
Yeah.
And then I do it again.
Yeah.
It was funny because that was his idea, and oh, dude, I knew it immediately. And by the way, we need to film some more of those because I mean, they film themselves. I don't even have to try. I mean, it's
the
easy.
Premise is
exactly.
Just
the
like,
premise is so good. All you need is somebody who can barely freestyle like me, and you can do that for hours. Like, that's all you need. You know, hey man, could you stop rapping? Yo, no cap. I don't like that when you say I don't rap. Matter of fact, move back. Yo, I'm watching your motion. I see that. This shit like mocap.
This could be a funny thing where like there's people like you where they just like you do that a lot and then you just go to like Freestyle Rehab or something where people are just they're just like stopping. They just can't like they're trying to like stop freestyling and like the entire like session is just like people freestyling or like trying to stop. And then like your triggers of relapsing, like you would stop.
I like the idea.
And then you would like read Dr. Seuss and you see one rhyme and you're like, fuck. It's like you're relapsing.
You have to stay away from rhymes.
Yeah.
I like the idea of like the scene where it's like, you know, everybody's around the room. We're all trying to stop freestyling.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I've just been having a really hard time. Because it's like,
because I don't want to rhyme. Shit. And you just like...
Well, no.
Oh,
but you got to be slow about it. Because the thing is, you have to... the way the scene works, they don't know. Yeah. They can't know that you're setting it up yet.
Right,
you know?
We're directing this.
Yeah. So it's like, I've been having a really hard time. It's just... It's like every time I open the fridge or I look inside the closet, this dresser drawer, anywhere, just need to get some more. And I can't even do my chores.
Oh, fuck.
Fuck!
Damn.
Oh! I think I might do some more. Oh! I'm screwed in my core.
Yeah.
You know? And everybody's like gathering around him.
And then,
no, it's okay, it's okay.
And then you're next to the guy who like is trying to quit beatboxing every time. And he just starts beatboxing. You're like enabling him.
And you know, everybody's got to be like acting like they're in pain.
Yeah.
Trying not to beatbox.
Yeah.
He's like moving away from his mouth, you know?
Yeah. It's just a rehab for like
You
music
got a
people.
crump dancer trying not to crump dance.
Yeah, like fucking like a break dancer or whatever.
Dude, that's a great idea. A rehab for
Yeah.
compulsive
Just like music people.
compulsive musicians.
Yeah. You should like a break dancer who like has done it so many times. He's got like a crack on his spine or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like because it's on his back.
Oh man. And the teacher would have to be like, who would be the person running that though?
Ooh.
That's a tough one because they have to be someone who's like suffered from this, but they've recovered.
Yeah. I'm like,
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
We'd want to cast that right. I mean, if the dream casting, Samuel L. Jackson. That's my dream
Ooh.
casting. I just don't know why, but I think he can nail it.
let's try getting him, man.
Like I want him to look like he did in, I can't remember which movie. I think it was Jackie Brown when he had the
Oh.
glasses on. No, it's not Jackie Brown. I'm thinking like recent Samuel L. Jackson. Maybe it's like how he looks in interviews. He wears the sunglasses and then he has that cute little hat he wears.
Yeah.
He almost looks like Jay-Z.
Really?
We have him do like a Jay-Z type character.
Yeah, he's the interventionist guy. Yeah.
And we can tell he's been through this before.
Yeah. He's lost relationships and just like marriages because he just freestyles all the time.
This idea of like a compulsive freestyler is
Yeah.
really funny to me. Like you just can't stop yourself. Like it's just too hard not to.
Yeah. you just like have to like quit music. You can't listen to like a beat or something because it'll just come back.
And be like, you're at the restaurant. And she's like, just order the empanada. And he's like, I can't think of a rhyme scheme.
Yeah, does it rhyme? Empanada.
I can't think of anything that rhymes.
Empanada. It rhymes with nada. To nothing.
Well, I honestly,
nada
I
nothing?
can think of 10 things. I was trying to
Right.
think of a harder word. That's just the first one I could come up with. Like, what would be a really hard
Tough like food word, yeah.
Pequeña. I don't know. Like, is that something you could order? I'm just making up.
Yeah.
What's chiaquiles? Chiaquiles. That would be a harder one.
How about filet mignon?
Filet mignon. Oh,
Try rhyming something with that.
they're trying to get me. I don't know what they're hating
Yeah.
on. I'm just trying to get some food, maybe some filet mignon.
Right. Good,
but it has to be something that's like those number names we were talking about earlier, like a ridiculously convoluted name. That would be the best thing,
Yeah.
Like he's at it's like, why won't you go to the party? Because I don't know what rhymes with quinceañera. I can't go.
Yeah. It's like
They're gonna expect it. They
Yeah.
know I rap and I got
Yeah.
a flow. I do this all the time, no cap.
And you're like, I can't go because I can't remember. It's like, it's your daughter's quinceañera. You gotta go.
It's your daughter's
Yeah, you just lose your daughter's like respect.
Listen, I love her and I know that she's my daughter.
Yeah.
But I gotta make this flow move like water.
Damn.
It's funny because I feel like it would help too to have somebody with him all the time who's always kind of like silently like, ooh,
Right, like a hype man. Yeah.
He's always got a guy who's
yeah.
like, damn, bro, that shit was fire.
And that guy's in rehab as well. He's like every like small thing's like, yo. It's like, no,
supposed to be
that
helping.
was just mediocre. You don't have to give your all into that thing.
Yeah, right. They're telling him, no, you don't have to do that for everything.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that for everything. Sometimes it wasn't as good.
Yeah. And it's like,
he does
yo,
reaction
you're right.
videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no,
Dude, yeah.
relax. They didn't even say anything
Yeah.
yet.
Dude, those like reaction videos on YouTube on like our Instagram Reels. I just can't imagine them in the room by themselves, just like giving all that energy. It's just,
I think those people are real because I used to
Yeah.
think that. I used to think like people who react like that on social media, they're doing it for the camera and that can't be
Right.
real. But I've come to realize I do think there are people like that.
Right.
And like I think some of it's performative, but I think some of it really is just like some people are just like,
yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
like some
No, but
people really.
The thing with that is like, even with like comedies, like my energy comes. I think a lot of comics' energies come from like how the crowd reacts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
If
Yeah.
crowd reacts like roariously, you'll do like
Yeah.
you'll match their energy. But just like doing that like in a room by yourself, or just recording yourself, that takes like a lot of
charisma.
I wouldn't say
think.
charisma. It's just like I don't know, just a lot of like you're just imagining the crowd for yourself, and you're like you're playing for that crowd that you're imagining. But I could
Yeah.
never do that like in a room. Just like give it my all, you know what?
I
All
can.
the energy.
I know I can.
Yeah.
But it's a curse. It's a gift and a curse because like I think about it like I think it's the difference between music and comedy, and I think that in music you can get away with it, and in comedy you can't quite so much because like this is why I think I would maybe fail at comedy because or at least not do well for a long time. Because I already have this mentality of what you just described, where I can create the audience in my mind, and I have that privilege. And it doesn't matter how the audience in front, like in comedy, you should never blame the audience, and it is kind of always you. I can blame the audience because maybe this wasn't for you today. Maybe this song wasn't for you, and maybe I did my absolute best, and I was fucking on it, and it was perfect.
Right.
Maybe you just didn't feel it, and maybe that's fine.
But I think
whereas in comedy, it's you can't. I don't think that's the proper reaction at all. If you didn't feel it and I did my best, there was still some disconnect that shouldn't have been there. Whereas in music, it's like maybe it really wasn't for you, and maybe that's fine.
But I think comedy as well is like number one, like you shouldn't blame the audience because you'll never improve from that. You gotta like think about yourself.
Yeah.
But there are just moments where, like music, where just there was never gonna be a connection with like this type of like crowd. You know?
Or like with my type of music.
Right,
like I've just learned that like I can do my absolute best, and I can watch people not give a fuck.
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter. I mean, to me, I've just learned to write that off in my mind. Like, ignore that person and just do. Like, I've watched people straight up ignore me in the front row.
So that's the worst feeling.
It's the worst feeling, but it's also like this isn't for them.
Right.
It's for the person paying attention behind them.
Yeah.
So just ignore that person. In comedy, you can't. You have to acknowledge that person right away. Yeah. I mean, and I can do that musically in some way, but it's like it's just different. It's a whole different situation, right?
Right.
I just think the whole working off the crowd and the crowd participating thing, you get to do your own thing so much more with music, you know? Whereas if I were to try to do comedy, I think I'd carry that mentality over, and I would get off stage and be like, nah, dude, I fucking killed. This crowd's crazy. I killed, bro.
But that's like, that mentality, like, you'll never improve that, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm sure you've seen that with comics. Everybody's seen a comic who thinks they killed and they did not kill.
It's just delusion, yeah. And then you see comics who like killed, and they're like I think most comics who kill, they got us and they're like, fuck, I should have, that one.
But that's actually better.
That's better, yeah.
Yeah, because
like,
you're at least you have a standard for yourself.
Right.
You have a high standard.
Yeah.
And even doing well is not good enough.
Yeah,
that's
you gotta do like perfect. You know what I mean?
And you have to, and you know better than anybody else what that could have been.
Right.
Like, you know better than anybody else. Oh yeah, people laughed at that, but I fumbled here.
Yeah.
And that would have done better if I hadn't fumbled in those spots. And it's up to you to remember that and do better next time.
Yeah.
No one else is gonna fix it for you or try harder for you.
Right.
So it's like that stuff's good, but like deluding yourself into thinking you did well is a whole other thing.
You just can't.
There are people who will do that till the grave, and I love those people, and I actually am jealous of them
because in their mind they're like doing good. So, and that's all that matters is like how you think of yourself.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah,
it's
but
what
for
it
me,
is.
dude, like if I'm not getting anything from the crowd or like from other people's feedback, I just think I'm the unfunniest person in the world. Yeah, at least in that moment. But
yeah, and I think it's all a balance, right? Because none of it really matters. Like every great comic fails all the time. So like even the people you think are the best that you look up to, they probably sucked on stage recently, and that's just them trying to get better. And that's the whole. I mean, I like that in comedy that's built in, whereas I don't think it's built in music. This concept of it's okay to do bad because you're trying new things. That's not people. The way people think about music and art is like. Or I guess I would say more so with music, because I think art is more about experimenting. But I think in music, people don't want to try to branch out and do something completely different as much because they are more worried about curating an image and making themselves appear this certain way. And it's like, no, just throw shit at the wall. Try anything, because you don't know what's going to work. In comedy, all the time that's encouraged. It's like throw out all your material, do something new.
You gotta build your act, right?
Yeah, and you're not gonna build your act doing nothing or doing the same thing you always do. You know, we all know that guy at the mic who does the same thing every time you see him, always.
Yeah.
There's some people who do that for years.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what would make me think I'm wasting my time. Like even doing music, I don't want to go to the same mic and do the same song. Like unless it's been like a month or two. Like I'll do a different song every week, but I don't want these people to have they've seen me here.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, it's like, yeah, it's still special to them, and they probably barely heard this song.
Yeah.
But I want to give them something different. I want to show them I'm capable of doing more than that one thing.
Yeah, you want to show them that you're not a one-hit wonder.
Because I know I'm not.
I got other jokes, yeah.
Yeah. And you will look like you are a one-hit wonder, and you don't have much to say if you keep doing it. Like, it's just how you'll appear. You can't even escape it.
Yeah.
And it's what the mic's for. It's for experimenting and doing new shit and seeing what can work and what can't work. I mean, this is literally the spot to do that.
Right.
Like, I'm kind of like, boggles my mind when I see people do the same thing that much. Because I'm like, you should definitely be trying something different here. Yeah. I saw a guy, I saw him do the same bit, and maybe he was just probably drinking and tired. He did the same bit.
In the same set?
Like, because it was a mic where you could go up more than once. He did the same set. Like, I want to say an hour later. Like, it's the same people in the room. I think it was because like 4 more people walked in.
Right,
he's trying to play to them. Yeah. But it's like everybody else in this room already heard this 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Do something else. We all know. He literally did it word for word.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, he's ironing it out. Like, we all know what's happening here. And you're in a room full of comedians.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, you're not gonna get a laugh. Like, it just defeats the purpose of the joke.
Right.
Because you already did it, so you're not gonna get the big laugh you want. Well, yeah, because that's the only mic where you can go more than once. Yeah. But I was surprised to see that. That surprised me because I was thinking like I don't care about what anybody does either way. I don't care. I'm not judging anybody. I'm just thinking like, why would you want to do the same thing 40 minutes later?
Right. Like, tissue, by the way, because I cut myself shaving today.
Oh, yeah. I'll grab you one. I gotta give him a little more sauce.
Right.
Give him more of that Ruse sauce.
Yeah.
I don't want them to think I'm a one-trick pony. I want to show them I can juggle. I can fucking hop on one foot. I can spin in circles. I can rub my belly. I can tap my head.
Also, the best thing about comedy is finding that new joke and just like getting it to work.
And Second Chances is designed for that. Too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the point of going up more than once. Is to maybe do something completely different and find something completely different because we're all here at 1 and 2 in the morning.
Like the feeling of like getting a new joke that like is working is way better than just like doing your old stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
Constantly.
I think so. Yeah. Because it's like I think like because again you could liken that to music. Like a lot of the time I'll think, okay, I've already done all the good stuff I'm gonna do. Like I don't know why I create this idea in my mind, but it's like I have to prove to myself I'm still good at what I do. Or like joke writing or songwriting. Like I'll think, okay, I've probably written like, and it's not like I'm actually thinking that, but it's like every time I write something, I prove to myself I can still do it. And I think it's the same thing with like coming up with a new. It's like you're proving to yourself you're still that great writer that you've always been. Like, oh, I still got it.
Yeah.
You feel the lightning at your fingertips.
Right.
Because it's like it's easy to go through the motions and just do the stuff you've done a million times. Yeah. Like the feeling of having that new thing is special.
And I just like the building of it. You're building to a tight 15, a tight 20, and then eventually in an hour, hopefully.
How many minutes do you think you have? How many solid minutes do you think you got in there?
I don't know. I'm very like self-conscious about my material, so I wouldn't say like I have a tight 20 or whatever. I only feel comfortable saying that I got a tight X amount of minutes if I do those minutes and it's just like I feel like it's just killing.
That's why I ask.
Yeah. So like the tightest I've done is a tight 10 minutes.
Okay.
I felt really good about that set.
Yeah.
But I still haven't done like a 15-minute set where I'm like, oh, that's tight.
Yeah. Right. You've done 15-minute sets, but it's never been like, that was it. Yeah.
Like OJ Lamont was kind enough to give me a 15-minute spot at the Comedy Bar, and I did 15 there. That was my first 15, I think, ever.
Oh, really? How was this recently or?
It was in March.
Okay.
So, pretty recently.
Because I didn't really used to understand like. Again, I've never done stand-up. I've always done music. So it's interesting talking to comics about this because I didn't used to think about this, where it's like there's a psychology to 15 minutes and 20 minutes that doesn't exist in 5 or 10 minutes. You can do different things with 15 and 20 minutes.
Yeah, 5 and 10, you gotta like...
You gotta hit them where it hurts.
You gotta like just do it quick, you know, like the material.
Whereas 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you can win the crowd over, and then you can do something different.
Right.
You can win them over, and then you can do that like darker joke or that sad story. You can build things out. You can have a running gag that comes back 15 minutes later. Callback, like you can have it all come full circle, and it'll feel cool because it's 15 minutes long. It's not just this 5-minute bit, like stuff like that, you know.
Well, I like doing longer sets, like 10 to 15, because it's not just you can do like material, of course, like back to back. But I just like breathing a bit on stage, and just like
you feel safer.
And talking to the crowd sometimes. We're just like not talking, but just like riffing with the crowd.
Are you familiar with Zach Albers?
Yeah, I've seen his stuff.
So I just think he's really good at going slowly on stage. Like he does it in a way where, you know, he'll have 5 minutes, but he still has that same pace always. Right. And you know, to most comics, they probably think like they would do that and feel like they're wasting time. But I mean, it's something any master would tell you, right? Is like to use the silence and to use all that stuff.
Just be comfortable with it.
Because it's a superpower. I mean, when I go on stage to rap ever, I'm always thinking that. Just the silence and everything that's sitting before I say anything is so important. And it's almost better to just, like in my ideal world, it's just silence, it's just dead. You could hear a pin drop. And then I go. But I'm like waiting for that. I'm waiting for the silence and I'm waiting for it. Because
the anticipation of it.
It builds something. And with comedy, it's like, you know, people get nervous, people get antsy.
Because you feel like you're bombing.
And then they
anything.
try to step over themselves.
And then that makes it worse.
And it's better if you just sit in it and just sit in it, and that's okay. It's just like this, you know. If I was talking to you like this, and you know, I'm seem a little bit nervous. It's almost like I have a lot to say. And I seem a little bit nervous, but maybe
there's something coming.
I just sit in it like this, you know. Maybe I just look around. I see all these people. Maybe I just sit in there like that. And maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't have to rush through things. And maybe life... maybe life's not meant to be rushed through. I mean, do you guys understand when I say that? Can I get a round of applause if you guys understand? Life's not meant to be rushed through. So it's like that slower pace. I think an audience is like antsy with you when they hear that shit. They're like, oh, damn, it makes me nervous.
Well, the audience like smells that you're confident on stage. Whereas if you're like trying to like, oh shit, sorry, you know, if you're like doing all these like little like erratic things. To,
I feel like people don't even know that they're telling everybody. That they're nervous. I mean, I remember once at an open mic, I saw a guy. He like, it was the way he handled his notebook. It was like the most obvious, like, guys, I'm freaking the fuck out tell ever. Because he would tell a joke. Okay. Okay. Like verbally address the joke didn't work. Frantically flip through the book. Find another one. Tell that. Bomb. Address that didn't work. Frantically flip through the book. It's like, it's not even the stuff you're saying, it's the whole everything. It's the whole everything of this. Like, you clearly are not having a good time. And that's at an open mic, you know? I mean, I can imagine that guy at a show. It would be even worse. Because this is where it doesn't matter. So, it's just, I feel like, and I think like, a lot of comedy too, a lot of stage performance in general is getting beyond the material, getting beyond whatever the thing is, and just learning to be yourself and learning to be comfortable
on stage,
and learning to get rid of whatever that thing is that's telling you this is something else, and just let it be what it is. Because I think that if you build up this idea in your head, then you will psych yourself out and everybody will see it. And then everybody will feel it and everybody will know. I always call it a bullshitometer. Everybody's got a bullshitometer in their brain. And everybody can feel when something's not lining up, like when something's not exactly what it says it is or something, you know. It's like you're saying you're not nervous, but you are acting nervous.
Your body language and all that,
and that's just, you just feel it. So you have to lie to yourself. It's fake until you make it. That's real. That's real. You got to just tell because I think the best, most brave people, they are nervous too, and they get scared too. You just wouldn't think so because they're really good at ignoring all that bullshit and doing things anyways. That's
Well, the common saying is like they're brave because they're nervous.
Because they do it anyways.
So yeah, they do it anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're not,
there's a great like Teddy Roosevelt quote talking about that.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about that exactly. Because people would talk about him being brave and how he fought in the war, and he's talking about like, I am not brave. You guys are fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was scared shitless when I did all that stuff.
Yeah, but that's brave. You're scared, but you do it.
But he does it anyway. Yeah. But I mean, and I think that's even going on stage is a brave act. It really is. Like, even going up at an open mic, people talk shit and people talk all sorts of shit. Like, this guy sucks. I think anybody who goes on stage at all is 10 steps ahead of most people. Because most people won't even do
never
that.
touch it.
They would never even think of talking in front of an audience.
Yeah.
They're that's too scary.
Yeah.
And and I think that's the first step. And then also it's not scary. You just have to do it, and once you do it enough times, you realize, oh, this is all just a dumb idea.
Right. But then once you do it enough times and you don't get nervous of it, you're not brave anymore. Because you're not scared of it. You know what I mean?
Well, but I think different people are different, I guess. Because I don't that's a great point. But I don't know. I think it comes in waves in a sense. Because like I'll be more nervous sometimes than other times. And I don't think there's no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah, you do. Even if you do like comedy for like 10 years or something.
And it could be like, it doesn't even matter who's there. It could be the same people as always.
It's
but
for some reason you're nervous. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's what you ate that morning.
Yeah.
Who knows? Because I do think that'll happen. Where like I know I got this shit down,
Yeah.
But there'll be that time every now and then when I get in my own head and I'm like, I don't know, maybe this is the time where.
Yeah. I think so much of the time when we're performing is just like an autopilot. Like, okay, we got to go on stage, do my whatever.
Absolutely.
But in one of those, like, sometimes in those moments, you kind of like turn off the autopilot thing and just say, oh shit, I'm going to go on stage to like a crowd of people and talk to them for like X amount of minutes.
It's like being on psychedelics.
It's like, you kind of like break down like what you're doing, and then I think you get nervous.
That's why you can't be too high, honestly. It literally is it. You start to think about the reality. Have you ever seen Theo on mushrooms? Like, it's popular
at the improv.
Yeah, and it's incredible because he literally has that moment happen, and he soldiers through it.
Yeah,
there's like moments where he's like, oh fuck, oh shit,
and it's so raw and real, and like people can relate to it.
Yeah, because I know he's not lying.
Yeah.
I know he's on mushrooms and he's on stage.
True.
Even on a low dose, that's stand-up comedy on mushrooms.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Stand-up comedy on mushrooms is crazy. Even a podcast on mushrooms is crazy. You don't want to talk on mushrooms.
Yeah.
And like, it just shows how good he is at that one particular thing. Like, if you can do that on mushrooms, then you could probably do it anywhere. in any situation.
That's funny, yeah.
If you can be funny and manage to entertain a crowd. See, I've been playing around with this idea in my head because it sucks, because I used to think, people used to say to me like, because it clicked in my mind recently, and I hate it because I know this is probably true, but I just can't do it because I'd have to suck. I'd have to be bad. But like, I realized like, I'm a funny person. Like, I can do funny things. And I could probably even tell funny jokes, but I would have to try and be good at things and work hard.
Yeah.
And I already do that with these other things, and I have to spend so much time. And the thing that really stops me is when I go to mics, I get to do my music, and I'm just good, and I'm just great, and everybody just loves me. And if I try to do comedy, I wouldn't have that anymore. I don't have my superpower.
Right.
They would be like, oh, he's just a normal guy. He's just normal.
Right. But I like that feeling of like starting over.
Yeah, I do like that.
You know, like you probably play Minecraft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like...
A new world.
Yeah, so like me and my friends would play Minecraft. The best phase of the game for me is like the first like 3 days when you're just like starting out with nothing. Those are the best because you're like building shit or finding a place to make it. And then like once you have like everything built and like it's fucking boring. Just like being
you get used to things. It's like going somewhere new and moving somewhere, meeting new friends, or trying a new job, or doing anything new.
The starting is always the scariest, but it's always the most exciting. The most things happening because you're not used to anything. That's what I like about stand-up. There's always that next level that you can like chase. You know,
there's always something.
Yeah,
else.
There's always like, even if you think like you're you could like kill in this one room, but then you gotta like, you want to kill in this other room, and that takes like X amount of years or whatever.
Well, that's one thing I've really noticed is like in the stand-up industry world, whatever, and I think, well, I think in the stand-up world, it's so much more about the levels to success, like whatever that ladder is, that staircase you're going up. It's so much more layered than like any other industry. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
And there's no real right path or way to do it. And if there ever was, it's gone now. Like maybe there used to be specials and there used to be network TV and there used to be this. That's all over.
Right.
Now there's no real normal way to do it. And you just kind of just fucking work and work and work until people know who you are, and then you've made it, I guess. That's
kind of
social
media stuff.
And social media. But it's like the levels to that, because, you know, you could get taken under the wing of somebody. You can just go on the right show, and people see you, and then all of a sudden you get fucking 3,000 more followers. You do a sketch with the right guy. It could be literally anything. But and the other thing that's interesting about it is it's so much different than any other industry in that it's so much more just based on you and like who you are and you just being you. You know, it's like if you're in a sketch, if you're on somebody's show, you're just being you, and people just like you. I think that's why that's why podcasting and comedy are so closely aligned. Yeah, because it's not like a musician where when I'm rapping, I'm kind of doing something else.
Right.
And then this is me being me.
Yeah.
Comedians just kind of being them. Both places.
Yeah.
And so I think if I'm with you when you're doing a podcast, I'll probably be with you when you're doing comedy.
Right. So you kind of support each other.
Yeah, and I think just the whole way that the comedy world works is so interesting to me because it's so the mechanisms of it are so much different than anything else.
Right.
And it's so much more interpersonal. Like it's so much about who you know and connections. And people talk shit about gatekeeping and all this. I promise you, it's like that all the way up, and it'll always be like that. It's just who you know forever and always. And comedy more so than most places. Yeah. So you better be nice to the people at the clubs, and you better be nice to everybody, because it's always who you know.
Right.
And it never won't be.
So that's what I'm noticing with like stand up. If you want to get booked, it's all just like the people you know. You gotta be funny. Plus, you gotta be like
you gotta be a good hang. You gotta be nice to people.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because that, and it's more so the latter than it even is being funny. I would say, like, it's not as much about talent as it is about just being a good person. Because you could be the most talented person, but it's like, I don't even really, do we really even want to be with this guy? Do we really even want to deal with that?
Yeah.
Like that's the type of conversation people have. If you're like the killer, you're so funny, but you're just not fun to work with.
Yeah.
Then it's like, well, do we really? And I just think it's so much more valuable to just be nice. And I think that's why you'll see people who are the most popular, people who are really good at it, they just tend to be that guy who's just, they're nice to be around. They hang around for a minute. They say hi to everybody. Like that stuff goes so much longer than you'd think, and it takes not that much effort. It's just like a little bit extra.
Nice. But
there'll be people who just dip in and dip out and don't really want to talk to anybody, and they're almost like a ghost. You know, you just see them go up and they leave, and and I just feel like that's not. Maybe that'll get you short-term success, but over the long term, you're not building those relationships.
But I think those people like. We can construe as like being mean or like dismissive, but maybe they're just like but maybe they're just like because sometimes like we mistake like this nervousness and anxiety as like being rude, you know what I mean? But it's like you talk to the guy like for the first time and he's like the coolest guy ever. He's just like nervous but talking to people. Yeah. So a lot of comics are very well, I think artists in general, they're very like just anxious people who like really don't want to.
They're antisocial. I mean, there's a reason they make art, right? It's like because they have a there's a fucking awesome quote I heard recently where it's like you wouldn't make art if you didn't have a problem to solve. And I thought that was genius. Yeah. That's so true. It's like every person that makes art is like, and if you're not inspired, if it's uninspired art, they probably just don't have a problem to solve. They probably don't have like an internal problem trying to figure out. Yeah. Because I think and that's why I like talking to comedians the most, I think. Is because I think comedians are the most troubled of all the artists. Yeah. They just always want to work things out. And I think that's how I think. Yeah. I want to talk things out and work things out. Yeah. Whereas like musicians, they're kind of more brooding and they kind of like just fester on things. Comics want to work things out always. It's all about like, oh, but what's funny about that? What's the idea there? They're always thinking that way. Always about everything.
That's what I like about stand-up is like when I'm like disturbed or like thinking about like a thought or whatever, I can just bring it on stage and then
break it down.
Yeah, and then like the best part about that is like getting a joke out of it. Hopefully, you know, the 1% the time that it does.
Yeah.
Well, the second best part of it is just get it out. People just like hear your thoughts, and I think most people just want people to hear their thoughts that they've been keeping inside here.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think stand up is the only way where you can just do that like clearly. Like music, you can probably do that in like the lyrics and all that, but it's like you can't like
not clearly
outright say it.
Yeah, and even in comedy, like I think that there's something to be said about what you don't say, right? So it's like one thing that I think is really, because comedy's all about the economy of words, and using words wisely, and like the better and better you get at it, the more and more you learn to not be so not overpack everything, and kind of just let things sit and let people think for themselves in a way. And one of the things I'll notice is like some of the best jokes are jokes that's almost like the joke is implied. Like we all know what you're getting at, and it's actually like you just leave it to us to fill in the blank.
Right.
And it's almost like a step beyond saying it directly. Is like if you can get the audience to think
to make the connection
without even saying it. And I think that's the hard part, right? Is like, how do I not even use the words and get them to already know what I'm going to say?
Right.
You know, I'm like, I don't even like the punchline is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Which is hard because I think I think that's similar to music, where it's like in music, I think the best art is art that's not directly telling you anything. And it's kind of like what I was saying about politics earlier. Like I think if you're going to address politics in comedy, then don't say it directly. Find a way to like say what's funny about it and talk about the idea, but don't just say directly. Find like just poke fun at what we're all thinking, so we can all think, oh, I think that too.
Yeah.
You know, there's like a grace to the way you approach ideas. I think, where it's like you almost have to be a little bit general. And this is something I've noticed about songwriting, especially, is like I think I used to be too general, and I think there's a balance when you're trying to like write things that way, where it's got to be general and it's got to like walk that middle ground, but also has to be specific, because the specific is the universal, and we all identify with the specific things. So how do you walk that line? Like you don't want to be vague and not say anything. But you also don't want to say too much and over-define it and make it so it can't live on. And I think the best things live on because we can generate our own meaning from it. We can look at it and go, oh, you know what? Maybe that's not even what it means.
It's not.
Maybe it's about this.
Yeah.
Like even the best jokes, you can go back and look at them and be like, oh, dude, that's genius because this, and this. Like there's layers to it that make it so good. Yeah. It's not just what he said. It's all this other shit. Yeah. And like and to me, that's where writing gets complicated, because it's you can just write something, but I think that shows experience when you've written for so long that you almost know, okay, but that's too much, and they're gonna get bored here, and you start to think about all these little mechanisms that are happening. Yeah.
I mean, that's why the open mics are so good, is because you get to like test different iterations of your idea. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, like you gotta write that joke that perfectly, like you're leaving the gap for the audience to connect to what it was. I've had so many times, as well as like my comic friends, we have so many times where like we start a new joke, and then like at an open mic, it's just like the worst thing you've ever heard. Like it just like it's not even like but just you want to convey the idea, but like some themes of the joke are seen as like offensive or whatever. And you're
because you're just throwing shit at the wall.
And you're like, oh, that did not feel good to like make those people feel that way. And then like, but you go back home, you like kind of reword it, and then like at some point you get to like a joke where it's like, now people are getting the idea that I'm trying to convey.
And that's why I said earlier, like you can say anything. It's about figuring out how to say it.
I
think you can get the wrong idea and think, oh, I can't say that, and people don't like that. But it's not even that. It's the way that you said it. Like, you could probably convey that same exact idea if you just find a way to twist it and contort it. In
a nicer, more efficient way.
Because I mean, and I think almost anything. I mean, and there are comics who prove that, where they'll say the craziest, wildest things, but it's just something about them and the way they say. Sometimes it's even just the way you look. Like I think
the persona. Are
you familiar with Brandon Kiefer?
He's hilarious.
I think he gets away with so much because of literally who he is and how he looks.
Right.
I think he's so funny, and he says the wildest shit. And I think the only reason he gets away with it is because everybody's like, it's just him.
Just Brandon Kiefer.
Like, I guess. But I think most people couldn't pull that off. Most people, if they tried to do like a Brandon Kiefer joke, they would just come off like an asshole because there's almost like a certain, he has a charisma and he has a persona about him that makes it endearing. It's like you're kind of with him, even though you're not. You are. Like it doesn't. I think he's so funny, dude. He's like probably one of my top 5 Chicago comics. I really think he's that good.
He runs like the vouch stuff, the gazelle stuff,
and I've never seen him not funny. Like every time I see him, he's
hilarious.
He's hilarious.
He's also like the nicest guy in the world. Like I talked to him after like some of the vouch auditions or whatever.
One time I smoked. So I was hanging out with him after roast battle at Zany's, and somebody had a bag full of spaghetti noodles. It was like those circle ones, like the corkscrew ones.
Yeah.
And so me and Brandon Kiefer were mind blown because this guy was putting them in joints as the filter. He was using the spaghetti noodle as a filter for the joints.
Yeah.
And he was talking about like, oh yeah, this is perfect. This is the way to do it.
Right.
And to this day, I have not adapted that method, but it was the best method I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it was like better than even a normal filter. It was a spaghetti noodle.
Yeah.
And we were mind blown.
Yeah.
He was like, in my 40 years of smoking weed, I've never seen this.
Yeah.
Him and I were both like quizzing the guy, like, where did you learn this? Where did this come from?
That is fucking.
Because I still, to this day, after that, I've never seen anybody whip out a bag of noodles, rolling a joint. Like, it was crazy. And it was also the perfect filter because the noodle, it's like it's a corkscrew one that's like a spiral.
Yeah.
So when you're hitting it, it like it has the room for the smoke to come through.
Right.
It was amazing, and I wish I could name the noodle because I can't name the noodle.
You gotta find a specific one.
Well, I'm saying corkscrew because that's the best way I can describe it.
Okay.
But it's not corkscrew noodle. It's something else.
Okay. You should ask the guy.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember who the guy was. He's that guy who works at the Laugh Factory who looks like Jack Harlow. I think I'm forgetting his name, but he looks exactly, or not Laugh Factory. He works at Zany's, and he looks like Jack Harlow. He looks exactly like Jack Harlow. That guy.
Okay.
Anybody who knows what I'm talking about, they know what I'm talking about because that guy is like I think like I've been telling comics. You should do a Jack Harlow sketch and have him play Jack Harlow because he literally is like a Jack Harlow.
This is the Old Town Zanies or Old Town? Gotcha.
Yeah. Anybody listening to this, go to Old Town Zany's. Look around for Jack Harlow. Yeah, he's there.
Just buy a ticket and then just not even watch the comedy show. Just fucking try looking around for. Is he the manager there? Or?
He works there. He's not a manager, but he's one of the people who the employees. Julian, that's his name. Julian. Yeah. On Instagram, I think it's Julian Mountain, like MTN. Okay. Shout out Julian. Jack Harlow lookalike.
Yeah.
Julian Mountain. And yeah. And if it wasn't him, it was another visionary with those corkscrew noodles because goddamn.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing I love in this world is stoner ingenuity. These guys were smoking out of apples. Okay.
Yeah.
When you can't find something, they will find something.
Yeah.
Not quite like crackhead ingenuity. That's different. That steals from grandma. Okay.
Yeah, that's just a crime.
That's just a crime.
I think they're just doing all this to the ingenuity comes from like wanting to be high.
Yeah.
So that's like the reward. So, but you gotta like do all this stuff.
Yeah, you gotta carve out the apple.
Yeah, to like actually get to the good,
I love feeling. I think. Yeah. Well, see, to me, that's like it shows a know-how. It shows that I see the gold at the end of the rainbow, and I want to figure out how to get there.
Yeah, you gotta build that rainbow.
You gotta build the rainbow. You gotta build a bridge to the rainbow out of aluminum foil and a plastic bottle.
Yeah. That's how. That's like.
I used to smoke out of a can.
The stoner rainbow.
Like I used to bust. I would never recommend this to anybody. And it was actually the worst smoking device you can think of. Yeah. I would have like a regular can. I would push the can in. I would poke the holes in it, and then I would put a hole in the side as the choke. And so I'm talking a Coke can, and then you just light it. And,
gotcha.
You know,
you're not a Pepsi
good old
guy?
Aluminum.
You would never use Pepsi for the thing? It has to be a Coke can?
Yeah, I'm a Coke guy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm a Coke guy. Mountain Dew, actually. Probably was Mountain Dew. If we're being honest, Mountain Dew. And the other one that everybody knows is, again, the bottle. You put the aluminum foil in the top of like the water bottle, and then you put the holes in the aluminum foil, and then, you know, you got your hole in the side, and you hit it. And also, if you're going crazy, you could even put water in there and do like a pen and have it go all the way down and make your own like little water bottle, a bong device. Gravity bongs, shout out those. Right. You get the big 3 liter, you get the 2 liter, you get the aluminum foil again, you push it down in.
Yeah.
Who comes up with this stuff? The same people who mix ice cream sandwiches with brownies, with chocolate sauce, with peanut butter.
Shit.
It's stoner ingenuity, folks.
Yeah.
We're coming up with new things every day.
Right.
Here at Stoner headquarters.
Yeah.
We're coming up with new shit.
all, yeah.
Actually, all we do is come up with new. We don't make anything. We just come up with new shit and then don't do anything with it. That's kind of all we do.
You could probably sell the ideas to like a company that makes shit.
That's a funny concept. It was like this weed company who's just idea people.
Yeah,
like they're just high all the time. They're really good ideas, but they don't know how to get anything done.
Yeah, because they're high. They're like,
you call them and they're like, yeah, well, just so high.
They're like,
I need an idea right now, pronto.
They know the cure for cancer, but then we're trying to like extract it out of him, and he's like, oh, I can't fuck with him.
He's just too high.
He just like my grandma's dying of fucking breast cancer.
No,
Help me out.
Fucking, well, you got to mix the peptides with the oh, dude, I can't remember, dude. It's peptides for sure, though. Peptides is the main ingredient.
Yeah.
But no, man. You know, honestly, it's not even peptides.
Does he have like a team of scientists just like writing that notes? And he's not like remembering it?
Everybody cross out peptides, peptides, not peptides.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, can I call you back later? I got to roll this. He's just fucking trying to smoke more. Yeah. Stoner headquarters. See, that's the other thing I need to start doing. If I'm not gonna do stand up, I got all these sketch ideas. Like that's a genius sketch idea. I come up with the stupidest ideas on this show right here. Like that right there. There's a gold mine right there.
Yeah.
Stoner headquarters. Oh, Stoner HQ. Oh, dude.
Are you trying to get it like a...
And it was just a couple comics together. I know enough people.
Like
just get a couple comics to just film a dumb sketch type of thing. Just like, and I know enough people where I could have somebody else help me write it, fucking have somebody else help me film it.
Edit it,
I mean, even if you would be interested in this kind of thing, like I need to get a band of people together and I need to actually start doing this. Because I think like it only takes advantage of what I already have going on.
Right.
A lot of comics do this now with sketches.
Yeah.
It's a bigger thing.
It gets big views on Reels.
Social media, everywhere. Because I mean, it's the smart move because it's what we were talking about before, where it's like you're being yourself and you're showing people who you are.
Yeah.
And it's an easy way to do that as a comic. Where it's like people are going to want to go to your shows because they know you.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do. So if you post this social media video and it's just you in this dumb sketch, you're being funny and you're being you. So they're going to remember that and maybe they'll go to your show next time.
Yeah.
And that's a way that might even be more effective than that 5-second clip. It might be the sketch that makes them remember you more.
And I think like a lot of comics do sketches because there's a lot of like so much funny things that like, but you can't do it on stage.
Exactly. Or like maybe they have a bit that they want to turn into a sketch.
Right. Yeah. But there's so many like sketch ideas where like you can't make it into a stand-up bit.
Yeah.
But if you make it into like a legitimately good sketch.
So another one of those ideas that it's in my stand-up list for whenever I do stand-up is I like the idea of a gang in Chinatown.
Yeah.
Knowing karate and like I just love the idea of not wanting to walk around Chinatown and dealing with the gangs because they all know martial arts.
That's their mob, yeah.
And then when they fight, it's like fucking awesome. It's like a movie. Like I'm sure you could turn that into a stand-up bit somehow, but as a sketch, it just dude, it's right there.
Right.
It's right there.
Yeah.
And it would be like maybe you could be it's a guy and he's like, hey guys, you guys want to get Chinese food? And we're all hanging out and one guy's like, no dude, I don't want to go.
That's where the triad lives or something.
And then a flashback, because he once had a run-in with the Chinese gang.
Yeah.
And maybe he gets caught in between their beef. He's walking and then he gets caught in between two alleyways.
To the Beijing Beef.
Beijing Beef. That could be the name of the sketch. That's good. Yeah, and then obviously the two gangs that have two different fighting styles. So maybe one of them's karate.
Yeah.
One of them would be taekwondo.
Right.
And I need to research so I can
It'd be funny
out.
like seeing those gangs run into like
Our normal
like Hispanic gangs or whatever. Just get shot.
They just get shot.
They just do all that shit. Just get shot.
That could be the end of the sketch, right? Yeah. They all die. You'd have to have the normal build up. Treat it like a martial arts film.
Yeah.
The guy's like, "What the fuck you want from us, huh?" And then oh, you want to fight with me? Yeah. I really love the idea. We got to treat it like a real karate movie.
Yeah.
We have to be serious
like
about
Karate
this.
Kid, but it's just
We cannot be playful. This is serious.
Right.
This is serious.
Yeah.
And then like do dramatic zooms maybe. I want real, genuine belts or black belts, red belts.
Oh yeah, like
I
they're
want
wearing the
them.
entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah, at least the costumes.
Yeah.
At least the costumes. Because imagine a gang comes up on you and they're wearing red belts,
Dude.
black belts.
And you wouldn't know, like, if it was a white belt approaching you, you'd be like, I'm good. I'm fine, because that's like the lowest level. You could like fucking fuck him up easily.
Maybe that would be
Yeah.
the runt to the group, you know?
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
could have a white belt who's obviously the new guy.
Yeah.
They'll pick on him.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Because so this is what I'm saying. Like, I can build these worlds. I can do all these things. All I have to do is write it down. It's like writing a movie. It's like writing a
Yeah.
script. Like, I feel like I've had these ideas. It's just as simple as writing it down. It's like, it kind of reminds me of the whole thing with going on stage with stand up and just trying it. It's the whole thing. It's like once you do one, once you do three, okay, now you got the ball rolling. Now you're not even thinking about it anymore.
Right.
It's the fact that I haven't done it once, and this idea that's sitting in my head. Same thing with music videos. I know I need to do more music videos, but why the fuck haven't I done them? Because I haven't taken the first step.
You gotta
doing
write,
them.
you gotta storyboard, you gotta all this and that. Yeah.
And it's and in my mind it has to be good. But
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
great way to stop yourself from doing anything, is to
Yeah.
just sit there and brood on it and think,
Yeah.
but it has to be great. It has to
Worry
be
up, yeah.
Because no, it doesn't. It has to get done. It has to
Right.
happen. It has to exist at all.
But you also want it to be like really good.
Yeah,
Especially
but
if you're
just
putting
the amount of
time.
times you'll talk to people, dude, and it's like they want to do something.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. But an idea ain't worth shit, dude. Like,
Yeah.
go get started then. You know, like, 'cause I guess the reason I say that is because in aspects of my life, I'm great at that. And in
Yeah.
other aspects of my life, it's like, okay, let's take the first step and actually start to do the thing. You
Right,
know?
right.
And it's also, I guess, a balance because I don't know about you and how many different hobbies you have, how many things you do. But I think that in life, you want to do all sorts of things.
Right.
But once the further and further you move through life, the more and more you realize life's all about making choices and deciding
Yeah.
what we have time for. And you realize eventually
What you spend
you're
your energy
curating your own life.
Right.
And you get to pick what you're going to spend your time doing. And eventually you just realize, oh, I am my life. All the shit I do is like what I
Yeah.
am. And you can't do 10 things. It's better off just picking 3 things. Maybe one main one and 2 that you kind of like. But
the things you choose, you must absolutely love.
yeah, you can't just dabble in all
Yeah.
these different things, because that's not. I feel like you gotta have something you really give a fuck about. Yeah.
And I think like, because I'm in college right now, I'm doing my grad school stuff, and it's a lot of like people, a lot of my friends, they just don't have like a real passion for like anything.
Right.
They're just like going to college, getting their degree, they're getting a 9 to 5, but they don't really have like any passion for. One thing I love about comedy is it's a passion, and it's not just a hobby. It's like you can get. It's like an organizational structure to it, but like, oh, I can get to this club, I can like know these bookers, I can be funnier. There's like a career aspect to it, and it's not just you like staying at home like playing the guitar for like nobody, you know. You can actually like release these things.
And that's what I was saying earlier
Yeah.
about the structure of the world of comedy too.
Right,
is It
right.
seems like there's such a ladder.
Yeah.
Whereas in music, it kind of. Do you need another little tissue or no? You
Yeah,
good?
that's fine.
Here, let me grab you.
Yeah, thanks. You didn't use this to wipe your butt, did you?
Yeah, actually, I did.
Damn.
It was supposed to be a prank, but
Yeah.
you caught on.
That'd be a funny prank. Yeah.
Pretty funny prank, yeah.
Yeah.
I've only done it to like 5 other people.
You ever prank people on this podcast?
One thing I thought about doing
funny.
is I thought about like, because I've noticed like I'll just say facts sometimes. I'll just bring things up, and I think I have a natural sarcasm to my voice. It just exists because I've noticed people think I'm being sarcastic when I'm not, or they'll think that I'm not being sarcastic when I am.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because of my voice. It's like I used to think Mark Normand was doing a put on, and then I realized, oh no, he's probably just like that because I'm like that. So what it is I think I should start inserting lies and fake facts into the
just,
things
like,
I
see.
say because I don't have a producer. So it's like
Right.
if I just tell you a lie,
Yeah.
you're probably just going to take my word for it.
Yeah.
And it's got to be the right kind of thing. It'd be like, did you know that doors, like actual doors, they were invented by some guy in the 1700s, and he was like the first Chinese American. So like the
Really?
very first Chinese American to come to America,
Yeah.
he invented doors because it was like
Yeah.
when he came through. It's a crazy
Yeah,
story
sick,
because when
yeah.
he got to America,
Yeah.
he was coming through like whatever the passing through thing is
Yeah.
where they check people in, and it was just this empty. He wanted it to be like he was
Yeah.
opening the door to America, but there was no
Right.
doors. So he didn't know.
Made the door,
literally invented the door.
Yeah.
So that way he could like have a passageway into America.
Yeah. He was like, he knows the slogan, the door to America, but what's the door? So he
There
made
was
the
no door.
The slogan came before the actual invention.
It doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's something about like etymology and words. If I looked more into it, I could tell you more.
Yeah,
See how I sound like I'm telling the truth?
Yeah.
And this is something I need to use more.
I would say like the door was invented by a kid who just wanted to like jerk off without his mom.
But that sounds like a real lie.
Yeah.
It has to be where people would be like,
Yeah.
I guess he's telling me the truth.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have a reason to think I'm lying because I think that's funnier. It's like just to sprinkle in lie because I like the idea of them going and telling somebody else.
That's
Did
hilarious.
you know the doors were invented by this
and the guy's like,
Chinese guy?
You're a dumbass for
It's like, what the fuck
So
are
who
you
told you
talking
that?
about?
Yeah.
Where did you hear
Sorry.
that? And they can't even remember that I was the one who fed them the misinformation. Because that's the other thing I think would happen. They probably wouldn't even remember that they heard it from me. They wouldn't even know where they heard it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, I don't even know why I think that.
Yeah. And every time you see a door, you just think of your story. And
bullshit.
that's just like, yeah.
Like, you're not familiar with Harland Williams, are you?
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's hilarious, and he does that, but he does it so often people know he's doing it. But he's so good at that. Like, there's a clip of him being on Bobby Lee's podcast, and he makes up this thing about a foundation that he was donating to or he was a part of called Cinnamon Angels Fly Fly Away, and it's like this whole 10-minute thing, and Bobby Lee's laughing, and like Harland Williams is so good at playing into the bit because it's like, why are you laughing? Like, this isn't funny. We're talking about like kids who are disabled that I'm helping, and it's all a bullshit lie.
Yeah.
But he gives it just enough plausible truth, or it's like, I don't know, he's telling you a lot of details. It all seems to line up.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
But Bobby knows it's
But Bobby knows him,
and then yeah.
And Bobby knows. Bobby does the same shit to other people.
Yeah.
Like Bobby will. I mean, Bobby Lee will do that about. He'll say that he got raped when he was 4, and I still am not sure
That's
if he's
hilarious.
joking or
Yeah,
not. I cannot
He
figure
got molested
out.
by a guy with Down syndrome. That's such a good clip.
And I still don't know because people bring it up every now and then to him, and I feel like he always tells a slightly different story.
Yeah.
And so I don't know where the truth begins and ends.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the funny. He's probably telling the truth. That's probably his way.
He probably molested. That's how he got so funny. He's getting molested.
But that's probably one of my favorite examples.
This is one of the jokes that like never worked. But I tried one this joke.
Okay.
Like, I saw this interview of my favorite comedian, and he was like, "Yeah, I got like." They were asking him like, you know, how you got so funny, and he was like, "Oh, I got molested," and I was like, "Oh, dude, where's that tip in my stand-up class?"
That was Sam Morril, right? Or no?
Who, I got molested?
Yeah, because I thought I saw Sam Morril do a joke like that on a morning show.
He had a joke like that?
He did, yeah.
I think,
that's something comics love to go on morning shows and make it as dark as possible.
I think Sam Morril's joke was like, he got so funny because his uncle molested him. And his uncle was funny, so it's like a Spider-Man thing where like if you get molested by your uncle, you're funny.
The power's passed over. That is what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so you were trying to do the same kind of joke and you couldn't get it to work, basically?
Yeah, but it was just, I don't know, I think it was just like a nothing joke. But I just tried it like once or twice. I didn't really feel it, so.
You didn't even feel it, just like when you were 4.
Yeah, with my uncle.
From your uncle. Is this what I'm saying? I have potential. What's wrong with me? Like, I just have to learn how to do that on a stage and just try. Isn't that what being a comedian is? You just do that same thing I just did, but you just try.
You just gotta do it, yeah.
I mean, like, do you think when you're talking in a conversation and when you're on a stage, how do you define the difference in your mind between like you're like, I'm on stage, I'm being funny, I'm doing stand-up, to I'm just talking to Ruse right now, I'm on a podcast? Like, what's the difference between those two things in your mind?
Well, the on-stage thing is different because you got to entertain an entire crowd.
Yeah, so what is, like, what's going on in your head when you're doing that? What's happening? Because you're not thinking those things right now.
Yeah.
So when you're on that stage and you're thinking, okay, shit, I have to say something funny. What's happening in your mind? Like, what are you evaluating? What are you thinking?
I don't know, just, I think just like the first thing that comes to your mind is probably the funniest, because the first thing that comes to your mind is probably intrinsically the first thing that comes to the audience mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But it's not like the obvious thing. You have to like kind of like what do you call that, massage it into like a joke, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I think with audiences you have to like care about the majority of the audience, you know? Mm-hmm. Or like, even if you want to make that one guy laugh in the audience, you have to like cater that thing to them. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm just talking to you, so like I don't have to cater to anything.
Right.
I just cater to you, but like that's that's different from catering to like an entire group of people.
Yeah.
So you have to like narrow down the things that you are able to like joke about or say.
And that's why it sucks to be the opener.
Oh, be the opener sucks because you don't know, you don't get a read on the crowd, and then the crowd is like cold and all that. I've like,
and it's up to you to light them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like hosting in a stand-up show is like one of the most thankless jobs in the world.
Yeah, hosting and producing.
Hosting and producing. And producers usually host the show, and the hosting fucking sucks, dude. Because like you start the show, so it's cold. Mm-hmm. You do like your 10 minutes of like your set. You're never gonna have the best set of like everyone in that show.
Yeah, unless you're incredible.
Yeah.
And
or like it's a really hot show like out of the gate. Like some shows are just like that.
Yeah, because I mean it's emceeing essentially.
Yeah,
it's like guiding the room, hosting, leading the energy. And I don't think a great comic is necessarily a great host.
Yeah,
I just don't think those things line up. Like and sometimes a great host is like, sometimes people are just destined to be hosts.
Right.
Like sometimes people just have
high
great
energy.
High energy.
They can just like talk to the crowd. They make them feel welcome.
Yeah,
and they're you have to be like selfless as a host.
Yes,
it's super selfless. Like I had a comic buddy from Columbus, Stephen Hobson, really funny guy. He's producing his own shows, and he told me that like, hosting is just about, it's not about you. You can't think about like having like caring about your like set being the best. It's about giving the best chance possible for the feature, and then giving the best possible chance for the headliner.
And
that's it. Like you can't think about yourself at all.
When a host thinks about themselves too much, they
do 10 minutes between comic sets, and you just want to kill yourself.
Yes, that's exactly.
It's like what are you doing?
Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. And it's clearly the host thinks it's the him show.
Yeah, but it's like it's not about him. Like dude, sometimes like the host is the only comic that you see multiple times in that night. But the audience doesn't want. They want to like refresh the thing, just like see the next guy. Yeah, it's kind of like at the open mic. It should be like that, where you should get up, quick one-liner if you want to do that. Yeah. Announce the next person, quick roast or whatever, get off the stage. Yeah, like you should be up there for 20, 30 seconds max. Yeah. You shouldn't be up there. I mean, unless we're talking about, because I've heard actually that that like, for lack of a better word, black comedy shows. I heard that the way that these go is it's a lot more like that. Where it is going to be a host who's taken over and he's kind of the MC of the show. I think Sir Trey told me that one thing he's noticed coming up to the north side, like the difference between a south side, north side comedy show is on the south side, they always have a DJ. Like it's kind of expected to have a DJ. It's kind of like a party. It should be fun. Whereas like the north side, never. Yeah, you're never going to see a DJ. Yeah. And I actually think like, it's interesting that that's a difference, that even happens. And also like, it's funny that to me that the idea of like, because they told me, I can't remember, I think it was Victoria Flynn who told me, I can't remember who told me, but it's like black shows always run late, you always got a big fun host, and you always got like, and to me it sounds more fun, and I think they actually have the fun part down, whereas it's just going to be more rigid, a little bit more tight. Like sometimes you actually kind of want that loose feeling. It's all about the the environment you're trying to establish, I guess is the point I'm trying to make. Because like I don't think there's any right or wrong way of doing it, and it's sometimes actually good to have a host that takes over and kind of makes it about him if he's got a lot of charisma and he really can pull the show in the right direction. He's got to be really good at that though, because otherwise it does become, okay, I thought I was going on stage 5 minutes ago. Yeah, he's still talking. Like, and he thinks he's killing, but he's not, you know? Yeah. Because I think if it's like the type of show where it's real loose and we're all just fucking around, we're just having a fun time. You know, we started 20 minutes late and who gives a fuck? The host is talking for 20 minutes longer than he's supposed to, but who gives a fuck? We're having a party. Yeah. That's a whole different type of vibe than like, we're treating this professionally. And sometimes the mics, they seem like you're just clocking to work. You just want to work on stuff, and then you just want to go out. Yeah, and talk to some people.
And then it's weird to mix those two.
Yeah, and then I guess the South Side mics or whatever.
Yeah, that's well because
more
I
just
haven't even
fun.
I
Yeah.
haven't been to the South Side shows or South Side mics too much.
Yeah.
I've just only talked to South Side comics, and this is the thing I always hear. 'Cause
Yeah.
for them, they're coming. I mean, I'm up on the North Side, so they're actually out of their element, even coming to me.
Right.
They're not used to being this far north and going to these North Side venues. I mean, for those who don't know, Chicago's got a segregated comedy scene. It's kind of the way it
super
is.
segregated, yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of happened naturally. It's funny because downtown's the meeting ground, and then you got the North Side up here and the South
that's
Side down
funny.
there,
Yeah.
and then the West Side's kind of got its own thing, but it's
Right.
also kind of in that middle meeting ground type of thing. I mean,
So
I feel like the South Side and the West Side blend more than the North Side and the West Side, but I might be wrong.
I would see like
Another place they all meet is like Wicker Park and all that.
yeah, those
Yep.
places. Yeah, I go to the comedy bar a lot for the open mics, and then I go to like the Burton place, and sometimes you do see like Southside comics.
I'll say if you go to Reggie's on Saturdays,
Reggie's, yeah.
whole different group of people. You'll be like,
yeah.
oh shit, who are all these people I've never met before?
Right, yeah.
And guess what? They all have a following and they all are doing
Yeah, yeah.
fine. It's just you don't see
Never
them
see-
because
yeah.
they're in a completely different section of the
Yeah.
city. And it's just odd that even works
Yeah.
like that. There's got to be some type of come together moment, kumbaya. We have to figure it out.
But it's fun, like just bridging the gap, like meeting people from the South Side. Like I met,
Yeah.
like Casey the Icon. He's from the South Side. He's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites I've met, Sir Trey is awesome. He's so
Yeah.
funny. Marcus Shakes, he's really funny. And he was such a nice guy. Somebody else, I can't believe I'm not going to remember her name off the top of my... Dee Dee. I want to say her name is Dee
Oh,
Dee.
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee,
That
but it's
comedian
more
Dee
than
Dee.
that. Is it Dee
Yeah.
Dee the comedian? Dee Dee the comic? Let me look it up so I don't fuck it up. It's Dee Dee, but it's something else.
Yeah.
My girl Dee Dee. Where you at, Dee Dee? Comedian Dat Damn Dee Dee.
Dat
There it
Damn,
is.
yeah.
Dat Damn Dee Dee. Da-da-da-da-da-da. But yeah, she was so nice. She was awesome. It's just like there's so many big, great personalities you're just missing out
Yeah,
on by
yeah,
not. You're neglecting yourself by not
Right,
going over
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And also, you'll see a whole different side of the comedy scene. Like
Right.
literally, the shows run differently and the vibe is different. Like I
Yeah,
said, DJs aren't a thing here. Down there, it's the regular.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how that works.
Like the best thing you have here is like the host posts on Spotify for
Yep.
the nice comic.
Yep.
And they
Whereas
always like,
there, it's all about setting the stage and making
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
kind of feel like we're having a good night, and this is supposed to be a party almost.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to feel alive.
Yeah.
And a DJ will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, and go talk to any strip club.
Yeah,
They'll
yeah.
tell you need a DJ.
yeah.
Yeah. How much you think it's about time we wrap up? You got more time here? You tell me.
Yeah, I think I gotta go soon.
All right. Yeah. I feel bad. You're bleeding.
Yeah, I know. I got myself shaven.
I've only caught myself shaving badly once in my life. One time in my life. And even then, like, you got yourself good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, like, you're still bleeding.
Damn.
Like, how'd you do that? You
think
got
I
like a
got
raw
fucking,
blade? What's going
I got
on?
anemia or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you got anemia.
Yeah.
Because, like, maybe I'm resilient. Because when I
Yeah.
cut myself, it's like I bleed, but I only bleed for a little bit.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm...
What if this podcast is just like the start of like
Your
like
anemic journey?
Yeah, anemic journey. Like the next one, I'm like all fucking skinny and in a wheelchair.
Yeah, you guys just wait for the third one.
Yeah. It's like, I'm already dead. Yeah.
You're like Stephen Hawking at that point. You can't talk anymore.
Yeah,
you come
yeah.
in on a machine.
Hello. I cut myself shaving.
Remember 5 years ago
Yeah.
when we met.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, man, I remember. I'm
Yeah.
way more nice and sympathetic the
Yeah,
third time
yeah.
around. It's like Ruse is really understanding now.
Yeah, you gotta move this couch from my wheelchair.
Yeah, right.
I have like a feeding tube right here.
Yeah. It's like we arranged a lot just for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Well, this show is obviously for 3 to 5 year olds, all right?
Yeah.
So that's my core audience. It's the kids. My core audience is the
Yeah, we
children.
gotta,
It's who watches this. And so the kids need advice at the end of the show. At the very end of
Right.
the show, it's about the children who are listening, the
Yeah.
people who are my fans. And they're going to take off their headphones. They're going to enter the reality that is Earth, that is the real world. They're going to exit the internet. They're going to go into the ethereal realm of reality. And so you are going to give them a nugget of knowledge, a piece of truth that's within your brain. I don't know what it is, but you got advice somewhere in there. So you're going to give the kids advice. You're going to tell them how to live their lives.
Yeah.
And also, too, the social media is where people can find you. This comes out about a month from now, so you got anything to plug, anything special to talk about, just keep that in mind. But the social media is the places they can see your faces. They've spent all this time with you. How do they spend some more? What do they type in on that interweb? I don't know what they do. You got to tell them. The floor
Gotcha.
is yours.
Well, first of all, you can find me on Instagram at Haikal Rose. It's HAIKL_ROZ. And then you said this comes out in a month?
Yeah.
So in June, right?
Yeah.
So in June, I'll have a couple shows. Honestly, you can just check my dates in my bio, but I'll be doing the Lincoln Lodge in June. Do you know do you know Todd Douglas?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jack Finnegan, who I told you about, they run a great show called Nasty Trashy Trifling. So I'll be on that. And then Crushes in June as well. And then the Crib Comedy Play Space, I'll be there as well. Hopefully gonna be at more shows in June. And yeah, the advice, I was just like, just be honest with not only yourself, but also like the people around you. You don't want things to like, I have like some friends who are just like, they like secretly hate someone but I'm like, I feel like if you just talk to them honestly and clearly, this could just be like, resolved or whatever. So just be honest with yourselves and the people around you and just be kind. That's about it, kids.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's a good one. To always tell the truth, kids. Well, I heard once, if you always tell the truth, then you'll never do anything wrong. And I think that's true. I think it's true. If you and it's about what the truth is to you. And let me just say that the truth doesn't. We talked about this earlier, guys. It's about how you say things.
Yeah.
The truth can be said in all sorts of ways. It's about how you say the truth. So approach the truth gracefully.
Yeah.
Because you can say whatever you believe to be true. There's no world where you can't say what you believe to be true. It's about how you say what you believe to be true. I think when people talk about like, the consequences of your actions and the consequences of your words, it's really probably because you said the thing the wrong way. There's probably a better way to say it. They're probably giving you consequences because you said it wrong. There probably was a way to say that wouldn't have went like that. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just trust me, kids. And then that goes for you and your friends too. You got a problem with your friend? Just tell them. Just tell them, but say it nice. Don't be mean. Don't say, hey, you smell bad. Say, hey, how's it going at home?
Yeah.
Once a year, maybe?
Yeah.
Once a month, maybe? You ever read like give them a bathing book?
Yeah.
People love that. All right. Get bathing book. Bathing, do they make those? How to bathe?
No.
How to take a shower?
Probably a YouTube video.
Next time, folks, on Ruse Radio, me and Haiko will be in the shower. We'll teach you how to shower.
The shower pod. Yeah.
The shower pod.
Yeah.
Tune in next time. You'll see it.
It's going to be steamy.
Here we go. I gotta get ready for this. I feel like I haven't been nailing them as well lately. I gotta nail this bad boy. Here we go. That has been all here today on Radio.
Back at you.
Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time, holy fell through the flock. That's an ordinary miracle, wealth to the block. It's a balance in the character that's calm and collect. It's apparent his caricature is lost in the mess. It's hysterical, the picture that they put to his face. It's a confidence administered to earn their respect. Live a little, light a candle.